Hello everybody, welcome to Erndales. My name is Dale and I am your host here. This is about 2 weeks late, this video. I took a little bit of a break. I needed to rest this shoulder and arm and it is much better. It's getting better every day. But I needed to come on here and do a few things with you. So first of all, I want to welcome all the new people who have joined in the last few weeks. I'm kind of amazed actually that even though I haven't put out a video, there's still people subscribing. So thank you for coming along, and I hope that you enjoy what you see. There's lots of videos here for you to look at. Today, I have a couple of things. I did some rust dyeing, tea, coffee, rust dyeing. And I followed a tutorial that K3N Cloth Tales, Katherine from K3N Cloth Tales did a few weeks ago. And I'm going to put the link for that in the description below. If you're interested in that kind of thing, check it out. You're going to have a lot of fun, I think, if you're into that kind of thing. And I totally am. And now I have the itch to do flowers and greenery and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that I can learn that in the days, or actually it'll have to wait for a few months here because we have a lot of snow. We've had 2 big storms in the last 2 weeks. All our snow was pretty much gone. And now it's here. Winter is back. So anyway, that's the weather. Can't do anything about that. So I'm going to show you the unveiling of what I did with the rust dyeing. I had left it for 24 hours and I didn't video how I put it together, but I did video how I took it apart. So here is that little piece of video. And after you see that, I'm going to show you the result of that after it's been washed and dried. And then we'll come back and I want to talk to you about my last year's yearly daily stitch year journal. Does that make any sense? No, I don't think it does, but come back and I'll tell you all about it. Okay, here's the rust dyeing first. Hello everybody. Well, I'm down in my utility room in the basement on the freezer, and I have had some rust dyeing in my little package here for 24 hours. Actually, it's been over 24 hours. So I am very anxious to see what, if any, results I've got. This is my second attempt. The first attempt wasn't great, but then, oops, I ripped my glove. The first attempt wasn't great, but then I don't think I did it quite right. I gotta go get another glove. Hold on. So the first attempt, I didn't have much rust. I had just gone through the basement jars down here to see what I could find. And I forgot to use salt. I don't know if that makes a big difference or not. The second one, I got more rust, and I'll tell you a story about that in a minute. And I actually put stones, well, I'll show you what I did. Let's uncover it. So I put all my garden rocks. These were all rocks that I was going to paint it. These are from my garden, every one of them. So I'm going to take these all off, put them where I won't trip on them. I didn't do this last time. I didn't weight anything down, and I didn't cover it last time. So I'm hoping that there will be better coverage this time. And last time I used this. This is an old bread tin of my mom's, but I put everything inside of it because it's really nice and rusty inside. But this time I didn't use that. Couple of boards. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, this is way better. Way better. I never got anything like this the last time. So in here I have an old linen tablecloth that belonged to my mom, and I think it actually might have belonged to my grandma. And I have little pieces and I have big pieces. So I'm just going to get a couple of things here. This is for the fabric and this is for the bits of rust. So yeah, of course this all has to be washed and rinsed, but I never had this before. Now, this is one of my Valentine's gifts. I'm going to tell you, you're going to think this is crazy, but it's really not. We were in the city of Dauphin on Monday to do some business and shopping and stuff, and walking along the mall, and my husband Gary says to me, can I get you some flowers for, no, first it was chocolate. Can I get you a box of chocolates for Valentine's Day? He always asks. And I said, no, I'm on Weight Watchers. I don't want any chocolate in the house. Well, then I'll get you flowers. And I said, no, I don't want any flowers. Pretty soon I'm going to have more than enough flowers upstairs because I'm going to start my seeds. And no, I don't want flowers. So we get home and we're unpacking, and he's in the garage. And here's another Valentine's gift. He's in the garage and he comes out with 2 rusty cans and says, did you want these? And I got so excited, so happy. He said my face lit up like he hasn't seen it in a very long time, and he said, okay, well, here's your Valentine's Day gift. And I was ecstatic. I was absolutely ecstatic. And he's still laughing about it. He said, like, how easy of a wife do I have? All I have to do is give her a rest for Valentine's Day, and she's not going to be at all upset with me. So this is a folded, one big folded piece. Oh yeah, this is nice. I'm excited about this. I never got this before. I'm going to put this all in here. Squeeze it out just a little. This is his father's wrench. I don't know that it's all that rusty, but well, looks like I might have a little bit too much tea in here. And I'm just learning this. I haven't really done a lot of, I haven't done any of this before, so this is all a learning curve. I think I got too much tea in here. I did dip the, I did dip the fabric in tea first, but I also added tea and I just lost a light. And here's another part of the beautiful rusty tin. I even went as far as putting a notice on Facebook asking, I live in a rural community surrounded by farms and old barns and all this kind of thing. And I asked anybody who might have old rust, please send it my way, and I got one response. I'm surprised. I think they think I'm nuts, probably. Yeah, there's probably too much tea in here. But like I said, this is a learning curve. I'm just learning this. This is only my second attempt, but this is much darker than the first one. Here's another piece of my Valentine's gift. Oh. Such a thoughtful husband. This is wonderful. So I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to go wash this, and I'm going to soak it after I wash it in the bicarbonate soda to neutralize. And then I will hang it upstairs to dry. I'm not going to put it in the dryer. And I'll take you up there and show you how it turned out. Turned out. Oh, this is fun. Just look at this loveliness here. Of course, it's going to get a lot lighter when I wash it. Rinse it, wash it. But I never had that dark before, so I'm excited to see what it's going to be like. So I'll come back in a little while and I'll show you where I am. Hold on. So here is the result of my coffee tea rust dyeing that I did, that you just watched me taking it out of the pan, I guess you would call it. Excuse this squeaky floor. So this one was the big piece that I did. This is a really old linen tablecloth that my mom had, and I actually think it might have been my grandmother's because it's very, very old, really, really thin. And I tried to use it for different things, and it was so thin it just kind of fell apart. And I think that this might have improved it a little. I'm not sure. It still rips really easy, but it seems to have a little bit more substance. Anyway, this was the one big piece. This piece here, I had done before. I did it about a week ago, and I didn't do it right, and it just looked like it had been tea dyed, so I did it again. So that's why this one's a little darker. This one and this one both are from, these two have been done twice. But you can see here, here's my little Valentine's Day can that Gary gave me. And I saw some back here as well. I just really love the modeling. This one I really like. I like the darker one. They're both great, but I think I like the darker one. And then I did a bunch of little pieces. I had some scraps, so I threw them in too, and I'll be using these on a project soon because I have projects lined up. So I'm going to be talking to you about, sorry about my fingers. I'm holding this and not doing a good job, am I? I'm going to be talking to you coming up about my last year's daily stitch journal that I did for the 12 months of last year. And it's all done, all ready to be put together. And I am thinking of using this to put it together. I don't want anything with bright colors because I don't want to take away from all the colors of the stitching that I've done. And so I was thinking that this might look really great. Very thin pieces of this to put the blocks together. And I'm going to explain that in a minute with you. But I just wanted to show you how well this turned out. So thank you so much, Catherine, from K3 and Cloth Tales. And I'm putting the link to Catherine's video below here, her tutorial, which was a two-part video. She did a wonderful tutorial. Watch it if you're interested in doing anything with rust. She did a wonderful tutorial. So thank you, Catherine, very much. Now I can't wait to do some plant dyeing. I think that's going to be my next thing. But like I said, we're deep in snow right now, so that's going to have to wait. So I'm going to take you over to the table now, and let's talk about that Slowstitch yearly journal that I completed. Let's go over there. Beautiful stuff, huh? So if you're new to my channel, and again, welcome if you are. Last year, I started a daily stitching journal. Slow stitch in a way, more embroidery than slow stitch, where I made a calendar on fabric like this. I made this out on paper, and then I put it on my window, and I took a piece of fabric and I traced out the lines. I didn't put the numbers on, but I have the numbers on here so I could refer to which day was whenever I was working on it. So I made 12 of these, and each little block was one day of the month. So I have 12 of these, one for every month of 2023. And so then every day I just stitched in the block of the day. Now, I've had a lot of questions about how I did this, what kind of inspiration I used, you know, to think of things. So I thought this might be a good time to kind of explain all that to you. So when I started a month, I would put this, first I drew it all out, and then I stitched around each month with whatever I was using. So some of the months I just did all the outlining of these days in one color and all around with one color, just so that I knew. But I did that first. I did that maybe a day before I started the stitching. And then I looked at the month and I thought about what happens in January. Say we were doing January. Okay, no, forget that. Let's do February. Say we were doing February. I would look at the month, and the first thing that I thought about was, does anybody have a birthday in February in my family or friends or whoever is important to me? And if I had people who had a birthday, I would write with a pencil on my fabric, Dale, happy birthday, Dale, however many years or whatever, the year, my date of birth or whatever. And then I would go to anniversaries. Were there any special anniversaries? And I would plunk all those things in first. And then I would go and look and see, oh, February 14th is Valentine's Day. Okay, so find the 14th on here and put Happy Valentine's Day or draw a heart or something. And so I did all those kind of things ahead of time where I knew there was something of value to me on those days. And then the rest of the days, I just, whatever was on my mind during that day, you know, if I woke up on the 1st of February and it was snowing, I would do something about it was snowing. I sometimes put weather things in here. I sometimes put how I was feeling. Sometimes I just drew lines and stitched. So I'm going to show you February from last year so you can kind of see what I did. And I will be showing you all 12 months as I start to put them together. But just because we're talking about February, I'll show you February. So here are the 12 months. I've got them all rolled up in a ball here. And it's really funny because as I did them, I just put them in a drawer and forgot about them. And when I see them like this, it kind of really makes my heart patter because I realized how much I did last year. It's actually pretty amazing. Okay, peel these ones back. Here's February. I hope you're going to be able to see these. So there's my month of February. So I have, now for last year, let me see what I got on here. I can't even see myself. Just checking. Okay, so Lent began in February last year again, so I included that, but I'm going to stand up so you can see better. So I have the first day of February, I just have February, and then nothing was going on that I knew, so I just started practicing different stitches, and I tried to make the squares different, or if I was going to make them the same, I would do something like I did here, where I would sort of put them together. One would go one way, the other would go the other way. This block here, this date here, was my Aunt Margaret's birthday. My Aunt Margaret has passed away, and she was a very influential woman in my life, and she was a quilter. So, and purple was her favorite color. So I did this block in honor of her, and I put MV, which were her initials, in the middle. This day, I remember I did this because I was in the mood to play the piano, and I pretty much sat at the piano most of the day and play music. So you can see what I mean. Some of the days I just stitched. This day I must have been wanting a cup of tea, so I made a little teapot. And there was love and a flower. And so February ends. So that was February. And every month is this size, exactly this size. Now February only had 28 days. That's why the bottom is left empty. And actually, I was thinking I might go and just stitch these with red so that you can see that those are empty days. I should have done that. That's something that I'm going to do. I'll get some red out because I outlined every day in red with this one. So I will go and stitch those lines at the bottom there so that it looks like there's 3 days missing, which there would be. So I did this 12 times. And now what I want to do is I want to cut all this excess off to around here, or I'm actually thinking maybe of leaving an inch. And then I am going to all around like this. And then I'm going to put 3 across, 4 down, and make a wall hanging. That's my idea. But what I don't want to do is I don't want to put sashing between them necessarily, or I thought I didn't. I don't want to put anything colored around them. I guess maybe no color of any kind. I think I want to keep it natural because there's so much color, and on each one of these the colors are quite vibrant. I've done a lot of color. So this is where I was thinking I would replace this little piece here with some of that rust dyeing fabric and have a little tiny bit of it between each month and then along the top and the bottom. So that's sort of what I'm thinking of right now, but I haven't actually set this up against the rust dyeing. That's going to be coming up in videos. We're going to start to put this together. And I will really welcome your input in it too, because I had a totally different idea of how I was going to do this before, and now I've changed my mind. I keep changing my mind. I wish that putting it together would be as easy as the stitching of it. So in a sense, this was slow stitching because, believe you me, this was very slow to stitch. But I didn't add any fabric to it or any other embellishments. I just used my own stitching. And so that's the difference. It's embroidered, I would say. A lot of people call this slow stitching, and a lot of people would say, no, that's not slow stitching. But to me, it is a form of slow stitching. So this is just 1 month. I have 12. And I guess maybe if you're sort of like me, you can imagine how this is all going to look when it's put together. I think it's going to be pretty awesome. I'm very excited to start to put this all together. And we're going to be doing this in upcoming videos together. This is what we're going to do. So I hope I explained that okay for you. This is something that I want to get done fairly quickly because I want to get it up on my wall. I worked very hard to get this done, and I think it's going to be something that's going to be a keepsake for myself and my family in years to come. My year, here it is. So stay tuned if you are not subscribed and you're interested in seeing what goes on. Press the subscription button and the little bell so you'll know when I'm going to be doing this. And I have one more thing to say to you, and that is I have promised many times in the last month to do 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Well, I'm past 1,000. Thank you very much for that. And I'm going to do this giveaway. So what I'm giving away is my little Slowstitch pouch that I made. So it opens up with a little tie, and it has pockets in it. And that's the front of it. This actually is a piece from an embroidery that my mom did. So you're going to have a little bit of my mom. And this is the back of it. I'll show you closer. And it's 100% hand stitched. I even made the button. The button is made out of white bread and glue and glycerin. And if you want to see how I made that, if you're new and you want to see how I made that button, I'll put the link to the video in the description below for that. So you have to be a subscriber, please, to win this. And what I want you to do, sorry, didn't mean to do that, bump you. What I want you to do is put a comment if you want a chance to win this little pouch. Leave me a comment, and the comments will go into a comment picker generator, YouTube, and I will draw the name in 2 weeks' time. I will announce the winner. So you've got 2 weeks, and leave your comment on this video for this pouch. And whoever wins will get this little pouch. This little pouch could be used for a lot of different things. You know, it's long enough if you're doing like knitting with DPNs. You could put them in here. You could store your DPNs in here. Your crochet hooks, or your makeup, or your stitching, your coupons. There's a lot of things you could use this little pouch for. So go ahead and put a comment, and I will draw this in 2 weeks' time. Now, if I had a calendar here, I would tell you what day. Maybe I should stop and go and look at a calendar. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I will do the announcement for the winner of this on Sunday, March 3rd. I will do it by video so that you will know who won this. So I think that's about it for today. I'm very slowly starting to get back to crafting. Actually, today is the first time in almost 2 weeks that I've even been up in the studio. I've been avoiding it because I know if I come up here, I will get doing something and the arm will just be no good again. So I've been giving it a really good rest. I have done a little bit, but not a whole lot. I think I did put the finishing trim on here, and very slowly, took me about a week to do it. And I've just been taking it kind of easy. I do a little bit and then I stop. And oh yeah, and I found something. I was cleaning out a drawer. I have been doing some cleaning, and I was cleaning out a drawer, and I found this little bear that I made years ago. And I mean, this thing is really tiny. She's got a frilly little dress on and a blue hat. I thought I would show that to you. I have no idea. I didn't have a pattern. I just did it on my own. Oh, she's even got red panties. I didn't notice that before. Isn't that goofy? Anyway, let's see if we can get a screenshot out of this. There we go. Okay, so I will see you very soon, and we will start to put this yearly stitch together. Now, if you want to do one of these, you don't really have to do it for a year. You could do just a month. I was thinking about this early this morning. You know, I actually, when I started that yearly stitch, I didn't actually think I was going to complete the whole year. I'm amazed that I did, because, you know, some months, like gardening months, it was difficult to keep up. And there was times that I did not stitch every day. I actually let a couple of days go, but if I wasn't going to stitch, I actually drew in what I would have stitched, so that I knew when I came back, I could just stitch it. And you know, because sometimes you just can't do something every day. But you know, you could do this on a special month, and you know, if something was going on to honor, like I was thinking, like if somebody in your family was getting married, you could do one just to the days up. If it was your child or your grandchild getting married, you could do the days up to that and then present that to them. Or if you're going on a really special vacation, it would be really cool to do this. Just do your vacation on one. I've seen people do them in a hoop, a round hoop, and they just did a month. You could do just a month. Um, you could do 12 months, but just do a month. So you could do just one with the 12 months and just do it that way. I mean, there's all kinds of different things that you could do. I actually thought also what would be cool to do is do 12 months, a daily one like this, but do like a family history one. So, you know, if you had access to date of births and deaths and things like that, you could put them all and have all your family lineage, birthdays and that kind of thing, weddings and stuff on one of these. There's a lot of things you can do. You just have to kind of think about the purpose of it. But this one was just to stitch my year, and I did it day by day. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you again really soon. Don't forget to like my videos if you like them, subscribe, share, and the links will be in the description below, as well as any place how you can reach me on Instagram, Facebook, or my email address. So take care, everybody, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye for now.